What's up guys, and welcome to Cambridge, south of England, University City, the city where all our prime ministers come to go to university to study politics. And as you can see, it is a Sunday morning, and we thought we'd start by the sound of the peal of the church bells. So we're going to take a walk through ancient Cambridge and head on down to the river where there are some bridges that are very ancient, and we're going to pick up the paranormal equipment, see if we get anything. And we're right beside a demonstration, to be fair, so as I go past we'll film a little bit of that, but we won't get tangled up with them because they'll all want to come on and start ranting and preaching and all of that, which is good, but
I don't want to
we just want to do the city really, so let's not get involved in the politics in it like we did in Hong Kong. When we were in Hong Kong, we nearly got involved in the student protests and we nearly got our visas took off as a booted out of Hong Kong, so we're not going there again, are we? Right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Let's get on with the shoot. Alright, so this is King's College. I think this is the main one actually.
This is King's College.
So this is actually the
because you can see the big
so this is the protest area right now, so it looks like it's something to do with Palestine. Anyways, let's have a walk by and see what these people are all about. But we'll turn the camera back to us. We don't want them to think that we're filming their protest, because the students and they all grab you and, you know, that's it. You get involved whether you like it or not.
Like I just said, if I'd have gone to university, I'd have probably ended up just protesting all the time.
You would have been the protester at uni. You wouldn't have done any studying at all. You'd have just been out here with your flags waving.
I would.
Banging your drums.
I would.
What would you protest for though?
Oh, I'd have protested to get this everything.
Make witchcraft legal.
I'd have been protesting.
So this is the protest.
See, I'd have been freeing the animals.
Justice, Cambridge Jews for justice in Palestine. Ceasefire now. These guys are all camped out here protesting. They're all sleeping in by the look of things. How they can sleep through these bells. Mind you, I think if I was in a heavy sleep I probably could too sleep through these bells. But then I'd start dreaming about like the Hunchback of Notre Dame or something. My God, we're dying of hay fever too, guys.
Who's that? The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The bells.
Sorry about that, guys. We're dying of hay fever because we've had such a dry heat. Just take the camera, mate.
We're both as bad. We're both as bad. We're both dying of hay fever, so yeah.
If you're going to die, you might as well do it somewhere like Cambridge.
Oh yeah.
If you're going to choke and die, you might as well do it somewhere
yeah. Oh,
once I've gasped air and come back, I'll take the camera. So we're heading down to the river where there's some ancient bridges.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Alright. I think I'm back with the living again now.
Oh, you're back with the living. Oh.
So, right, we're going to take this walk through the centre of Cambridge, the old part, where all the original universities began. And people like Boris Johnson, and I don't want to hear any boos, people like Boris Johnson came to these universities, and all of our politicians in Parliament today, most of them, came to these universities. So they have a really good long history. Some of the uni today is set up for graduation, so whether that's going to take place today or whether it's going to be during the week, we don't know. But we're going to head on down to the river and see if we can find these old bridges. So whilst we're taking this walk down, we'll just take the chance to say hello to one or two new subscribers.
Oh yeah.
So, Natasha and Amber, did I get those names right? I hope so. Twins, I believe you're twins. Now, we could do with some twins right now, really, for one of our shoots.
Yeah.
So if you two are available,
The Shining.
They say you're identical, right? You know the movie The Shining, and if you haven't seen it, it's Stanley Kubrick's The Shining featuring Jack Nicholson. You've got to watch that movie. There's these really scary twins in that, right? And if you two can dress as those scary twins, we will take you to the Lancaster Lunatic Asylum on YouTube with us. So think about it.
It's well worth it.
All right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of old buildings.
Yeah.
Silver Street. Let's carry on up here. It did say 5 minutes to the river, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
So there's literally bikes and posters and slogans and everything in this city. Because the thing is, when a lot of people get into politics and Parliament and all of that, they tend to do all the demonstrations and stuff here, practicing before they actually get in. There's actually somewhere here in Cambridge a makeshift Houses of Parliament where they could practice, you know, for when they go and do the real thing. Shouting back and to and heckling and all that. So
they join debating societies, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Debating and stuff like that.
And there's a lot of people
like
going
competitions, isn't there?
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
leading to the river. Right, let's go down there. All these buildings are old, even if they're just like Victorian old. They're old. Right, so just watch out for traffic, anyways, because there's traffic. The bloody cars around here flying at you. They don't really care, to be honest. I think if you're not a student, they just want to flatten you. But we're students of life, so we do count. I've lost my partner in crime.
I'm here.
We're going this way to the river.
Away? Yeah.
It says to the river, so unless someone's turned the sign round and we're going the wrong way, we'll end up at the river.
Hey, that wouldn't surprise me.
So, yeah, Houses of Parliament. There is a makeshift somewhere, Houses of Parliament right here, where the people that are going into politics can practice what it's like to stand up in the Houses of Parliament, Westminster, and argue and fight the cases,
makes sense,
causes and stuff.
It does make sense, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before they actually, go in there for real, and it's all televised and what have you, they do a lot of practice here.
Yeah.
See, you've got to stay on one side. Stay on this side now, we're on this side. You have to dodge the cars here because they just flipping want to flatten you because you're not a student.
Yeah,
Right.
my direction.
Yeah, the river. So we'll see if we can find them old bridges. Guided river vaults tours. Let's just see if we can find the old bridges. So when we get down here and it's a bit quieter, we're going to get the couple of paranormal pieces out. See if we can pick up any names. Or any eras really, because this place goes back 600, maybe more years. I'm not sure, too sure to be fair.
Paranormal and a punt. No, that probably isn't something.
Oh, are these the ponts?
Probably isn't the best idea.
Alright, better explain to people what the ponts are. They're little gondolas that they
basically
charge you money to row you up and down the river.
Yeah.
Look, you can do a self-hire punt, shall we?
What, trying to do the paranormal?
Well, that'd be great. Look at all these beer barrels here. Great, you never see pubs with beer barrels anymore. It's all flipping computerised now, isn't it? Everything.
3 cows there. 3 cows.
So, let's have a look around the riverside. Which way do you want to go? I want to find them. There's a bridge over there.
Probably.
So we need to go down and up.
So we need to go.
We'll have to walk through that cafe though. These are all little pump boats, look.
So we need to go down there. Cross that road.
Alright, so when we get up that bridge, get one of the paranormal things on.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be like an old area.
Yeah.
All of these bridges are old.
And then
Some are older than others. So let's mind the step.
I think we'll be able to get there over that side.
Let's just go through that cafe and up in it.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll go back to the camera in a minute. Well, there's a few people here sorting their boats out and I don't want to really interfere with what they're doing.
No.
Cambridge chauffeur punts. Do you want to do the chauffeur and then I'll sit and film? That sounds like a pretty good, reasonable thing for us to do.
Oh, me pushing you down with one of them poles, I'll just end up swinging from it all.
Yeah.
I've seen people do them before.
Look at that. Isn't that nice?
I would have gone home.
How nice is that?
It's a dream on.
So this is like the thing they do here in Cambridge. It's like a taxi. It's like a taxi. So that bridge goes back to 1702 by the look of it. So it's a pretty old bridge, but there's some that's a lot older than that. So we could cross the road and see on the other side if there's any bridges. It's full of bridges, this place. Like York, it's full of bridges, and London obviously is full of bridges. So see what's over the road. See what we can find. Really exploring. Let's have a look on that side. See what's over there. It's got to be yeah. Is that private down there, do you think? Depends if it's private or not, doesn't it? It's private, isn't it?
Yeah.
So where can we go then? What about, we need a riverbank to walk along really.
No.
Unless you want to go back up past these buildings.
So after see.
Look at that, that's old, that building outside there. I'm just going to zoom in. This is the kind of age of the buildings here. Look at that. That's like really old. That probably would have been like student accommodations back in these centuries ago. Mind you, we've just passed a list of professors' addresses, haven't we?
Yeah.
So some of these professors might actually have these places overlooking the water.
If the boat
Yeah.
falls today, guys.
Yeah.
Later on, probably.
Yeah.
Just get this filming done first.
So, yeah, so down this straight.
Yeah.
And,
Look at this. This is old, this building in there.
yeah.
This is old.
So obviously that bridge was from one corner.
Yeah.
Maybe from
So do you want to
accommodation to the old. I think I'm going to start.
get any of the... I was going to say, get the paranormal out and
I'm
then
going to do the, get the,
if we pick up any names or messages or dates or anything like that, we'll stop and ask out. Just wait while you sort yourself out.
Yeah.
Alright, that's where we've just come from. The riverside. Just wait Sandy gets his paranormal equipment sorted. And then we'll head on. Try and get back down to the riverbank and try and see some of these old bridges and some of the old, university accommodations are down there as well. We'll see if we can get any names, any dates, any in particular messages. But don't forget, also more recent ghosts can come through. They don't have to be like centuries old because we're in an old city. You can get ghosts as recently as 2 or 3 years passed away, so never know what we're going to get really. We'll have a wander. The Queen's College. So like, we've heard of all these colleges. These are like famous, aren't they really?
yeah, yeah.
And we don't really see, we don't use the map, we just sort of wander and see. Look at the edge of that door. That's an old door. You can tell with the size of it. Look at the height of it. It's about, what, 5 foot high. That's an ancient door. You know why? Because back in those days people were a lot shorter, because back in going back 500 years or whatever, even Henry VIII was only about that high in height, because back then we didn't have the diet that we have now. Back then they only had like basic meats and vegetables and fruit. Now, because we've got food coming in from all over the world, and you can eat healthier, we grow, and we have more time out in the sunlight, because people used to do like 12, 14 hours in mills and underground in mines, so they didn't get the same sunlight that we get. So that's why we're taller and bigger and healthier than the people back then. That's why they was prone to diseases. It's a city of bikes, isn't it? It's like Amsterdam, there's a city of bikes.
Number
This
3.
is number 3. Now I wonder if that's an address. Number 3. What about the number 3? Is this your address?
Disagree.
Disagree?
Incorrect.
Really? Somebody's having a bit of a...
Yeah,
What are you trying to tell us, please?
Yeah,
Can you
educationally, yeah.
elaborate a bit?
Yeah, I'll have that. What studies would you have
Are you
done here?
arguing with someone or debating with someone about something?
What studies would you have done here? What would you study? What was your speciality? Yeah?
Save yourself.
From what?
From what?
Oh, we get this off Bible punches all the time.
What do you want me to save myself from?
Save yourself. That was me, by the way. That weren't paranormal. I've just got a bit of a gruff throat because of the dry grass, because we're camping in the middle of the flipping fields and woke up with the worst hay fever ever.
Save yourself.
Yeah, all these buildings are like mega old. It's all the old university. Entrance to King's Parade. So, I'm thinking now, Prince William went to Edinburgh Uni, didn't he? He didn't come because he studied art history, so he didn't come to this one.
Here we are.
Is there a way through? Alright, let's go through it then. Yeah, Prince William actually went to Edinburgh Uni because he studied art and art history, and that's where he met Kate, our lovely Princess Kate Middleton. And Harry went into the army, so he didn't actually go into the uni. But in the past, we have had people from the royal family come into these universities, and we've also had like Winston Churchill, really significant figures in our history. Been to this university.
Is there anybody walking around with us? Any guides? Not so. Alright. Any ancient tour guides following us around from used to study here, these colleges?
Look at that. This is like the college refectory, Cambridge style. How cool is that?
I am listening.
It's nice to sit out there and have your breakfast or your lunch or whatever if you're a student here.
I am listening.
We used to have flipping styrofoam cups and shit. We just
Timothy. So what's your last name, Timothy, and what was your connection here? What was your connection here? Did you frequent King's Lane? Did you go to one of the colleges?
we're back on the main street again now. Do you want to go down the other end then and see where we come out? So we're going past the protesters again now. So I have no doubt we'll get tangled up at some point. Right down the other end and see if we can get down to the river there, the old bridges that we need to see.
Yeah.
Alright. Show you the protesters again. So this is the anti-Israeli war protest going on right now. You get this in London everywhere at the minute, Manchester too I think, although I haven't actually been into the city of Manchester for 3 months now. That's our city, it's right on our doorstep, but presumably they're doing the same, protesting. So, we're going to go straight up the other end, past King's College where we were before, and then head down to the river that way.
Information.
Somebody's going to give us turn left. Somebody's giving us actually directions.
Turn left.
Alright, then so we'll go up here and turn left and see where that takes us.
Information. Turn left.
Oh well, if they're going to give us the actual route themselves, then that's even better for us.
So when we get to where that marquee is, or whatever it is, that marquee thing there,
Yeah.
we'll turn left.
Alright. And if not, we can go further up and turn left because we'll still end up back at the river that way.
Yeah. It's not too bad because it's not too...
I think it's nice to get the peal of the church bells in on a Sunday morning around here. It's going to be insane later on because they're setting up for that little marathon thing.
Yeah.
So best to do it now, innit?
Disagree?
Disagree? With what? It's going to be insane.
Disagree. Oh, they're having a debate.
Yeah, well, it's like a debate in uni, isn't it? Really?
Well, that's what they would say, wouldn't they?
Yeah, of course they would. In Parliament, they would do that all the time. I disagree.
Do you know where they're like in Parliament and they're all going, whoa, they probably, when they're here, they
And
go...
what's that thing, the eyes and the nose?
Oh, yeah, for like, eyes vote for it, no, nays vote. And I think this is...
The eyes have it, That's what they say, isn't
I
it?
think what this is obviously here, when you don't... I think they probably have some bit where they go, agree, and then they go, somebody stands up from the other side and goes, disagree.
Yeah, should we just get in anyway and just shout out a bit? We'll stand at the back and be the hecklers.
Hey, what happens if you don't disagree or you don't agree? Do you go, undecided?
That's the church that's making all the noise right now. Well, this place is filled with ancient churches and cathedrals, things.
Yeah.
This is where they're setting up for graduation. So some students are going to be graduating, getting their degrees, or even their, what's the one you do after the degree? PhDs. They do PhDs here as well, you know, if you want to become a professor and stuff.
I would like to speak now, but I'm being drowned out now.
Yeah.
So you don't know, there could be some very famous people doing these things.
Well, you don't know, yeah, of course, you know. I mean, I think maybe if they're doing graduation, they might hold a church ceremony first and then come out here and pick up their degree scrolls. That would be a thing to see, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Students and people becoming PhDs picking up their scrolls right here.
I don't think somebody's with it because the meter.
There's a meter going. But this is like the market street, so this is like the busiest part of like the city centre. But right now, because we've come Sunday morning, we've come when there's less people to try and get some of the filming in. Crystals. Oh, look at this. Look, Senate House Passage. Said it hurts passing.
The thing is, wherever you go,
Just stop and talk to camera a minute.
wherever you go,
Because we've got the usual problem of people lurking to try and get on YouTube.
All people
And I
lurk.
really don't want to swear, but
people.
move along gently now, then we can do our filming without your faces on
torture.
camera.
Maybe that's
That was swiftly done, don't you think? I didn't F or Jeff or blind or anything. I just said, although my thoughts are totally different, because
well,
you know my feelings on these people who are like, oh, what are you doing filming for YouTube? Oh, let's get in. No, let's not get in at all.
Whoever was talking had the right idea. They said torture.
Yeah, is there a torture place around here? That will do for some of these flipping people who try and get in on YouTube videos.
Torture
Look at that, it's like an old sundial.
Let's torture rubberneckers.
I bet that's well old. Look at that. Sundial, an ancient sundial. And there's some old towers too back there. I'm going to film up in the air right now because we've got pedestrians coming and going. It's very difficult to film in these busy cities. Very difficult sometimes. That's nice though, isn't it? I mean, even the bottom bit, if you look at that bit there, it's carved to look like the front of a building, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll have to zoom in on this. I'm a bit of an architecture geek, guys, in case you haven't noticed right now.
I wonder if we know enough on these doors, but somebody will probably answer it.
Yeah, you get some like flipping 200-year-old professor opening the door with his wild hair everywhere. Then we'll get invited in for tea and then we'll be stuck here for a week. You know, we haven't got other locations to get to. Oh look, is that a bride?
So there must be the river there.
Oh, it might be graduation, mine it.
Oh, it
Maybe it's graduation, because they dress
Yeah,
like prom
yeah,
dresses for that, don't they?
help us go.
Help us go. Where do you want to go?
If you help us to the river, we might help you go then.
Yeah.
So you've got to, which way when we get to the bottom of here? It's a cycle path, so.
Oh well, that might go down by the river.
And for people watching, I did say cycle path, as in things with two needles, not
Oh, psychopath.
Not psychopath.
I did think you said psychopath, to be fair. But we usually meet psychopaths on our YouTube journeys anyway, don't we? It's normal that.
Trinity.
I've heard of Trinity College. This is where they do all the priesthood stuff.
What is that?
Yeah, you know, like the oh God, how do I put this without being, because I'm a bit numb really when it comes to things to do with the church. You know the Archbishop of Canterbury?
Yeah.
So he would have trained here. I know that because when I were at college, we had a guy at college with us whose father was a priest of, or he was a deacon or something, of one of the big churches in Manchester, and his father came to this uni, Trinity College, to study, like at the seminary bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. To the river. Alright, let's go to the river. Alright, so let's just get back, turn it back this way a minute while people cycling up and what have you. Yep. Alright, so I'll get down here to the river. So yeah, Trinity College, as I know it, you could probably look it up anyway and just double check this, but I'm pretty sure it's where they do all everything related to cathedrals, and if you want to be a minster of a particular place like York Minster, or Westminster in London, or St Paul's in London, or maybe possibly this is for the Church of England bishops and things like that, really, because I think the Roman Catholic ones are more connected to their own. Oh, I better move this way then. Sorry, that's us. At least they're polite round here when they try and mow you down. They say sorry. I won't be so polite.
Sinister.
Just to get out of the road, you planks. Sinister. This is a bit of a sinister back alley though, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
You'd think if you was walking down here of a dark night going down to the river and you had enemies at the uni,
Going forward.
they'd like follow you down here, wouldn't they, to try and pop you over the head or something.
Yeah.
I'm only thinking that because the word sinister come up.
Empath.
No, that's associated with
Red
people who
marks.
do like medium work, isn't it? And all that.
Marks. You're going to scratch me.
Oh, this is what you've always wanted though, to be scratched, ain't it? I'm not sure it's something I'd really want myself, but I know you're itching to be scratched. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
You're itching.
it's
I know you want to be scratched like paranormally, but
it's one of those paranormal things that I think
you want to be
evidence.
scratched.
It's evidence to me. You know, and a scratch is a scratch. I mean, you get over a scratch, don't you?
Yeah, but they do think that the scratches are related to demon though.
You know, but do this because I want evidence, and
Yeah.
it's evidence, isn't it?
We'll look out for the bike this time. We nearly killed that guy. We'll move over here. Yeah, so these are the punt boats again. And there's a bridge there, but literally it's full of bridges. So that the stone ones obviously are the older ones. And these are the newer ones. That's an old one over there. But if we can get along the riverbank, we can go up to that one there. I mean down there left and up. It's really flat, this part of England. It's like this everywhere throughout East Anglia. All the way down to Great Yarmouth, and that is flat. Totally flat. Totally flat, and lots of canals. Like you've probably heard of the Norfolk Broads. So that's only about 25 miles away from here. And it's flatlands and it's canals, and people hire houseboats for summer holidays and things like that. So the whole of East Anglia, this part of England, is totally flat.
Yeah.
Let's have a look over here. We can get the back of King's College. So that's the back of the King's College, the main university. So I've got a feeling, so I'm not sure where they do the politics here. King's College, that's the biggest, the most central one really out of all of them, innit?
Yeah.
Have you had any other messages up yet? See, there's a brick.
I'm not alive.
I'm not alive.
Yes,
Oh really?
yeah.
So there's a stone bridge down there, and there's a stone bridge back there, so they'll be old. But to be fair, the messages we're getting through here are pretty like sinister ones. So let's just take a walk down and see if we can pick up on that, because I think could be some dark force following us around here. Do you know what? Ask what happened down this path. Ask what happened right here at this bridge, because you've had some dark messages there. You come and stand here, and then we can
You might see whether.
yeah, see what you get.
I used to have to go over to see him at college. And my cousin John and my dad were not going to
If you're here, can you stand next to Alison? It's mapping. I'm going to use this.
Yeah, SLS camera.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's just show everyone the SLS camera. But don't bear in mind there's people walking past, so we're going to have to go somewhere where there's no people. Otherwise it's going to pick all these people up.
Right. Well.
So we need to get to, but look how old this actual canal is, because look over there, I'm going to zoom in. There's like coats of arms and things on the wall there, you know, like shields. So that would have been from like way back centuries ago, when people used to just probably get on and off right here at these steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, these little clues you need to look out for. I always say if you go to any cities, particularly in Europe and England, if they're made out of, the more stone they're made out of, the more further back you can go in history. And when you get the black and white timber frames, or the brown and white timber frames, you're looking at like 1500s, Henry VIII, Elizabeth I's time. So I'm a bit of an architecture geek, but I do it so I can kind of, because you've got this, yeah, that's modern, it's all red brick and glass, so that's today, yeah? Then you've got that, which is probably 300 years old, I guess. But this wall, I think, goes further back because it's stone, and the shields carved in. And everybody had their own family crest back in those days, so that it's possible that they put the crest on of people that actually went to this uni or had something to do with the building of this uni. I think Henry VIII had a lot to do with starting these unis off here and at Oxford. And although he's not a popular king for some reasons, he has done a lot of good to our country too, so we can't say all bad things about him. I think just his private life was a bit of a mess, you know. But then think about it, right, today. So he got married 6 times, right, and he had 3 children by 3 different mothers. So is that much different than what's going on in a lot of families today?
Yeah.
Alright, so you carry on running that and we'll see if we get any other... There were some sinister messages coming over that bridge right then.
So I'll just put the Alice box on, see what.
Yeah. Because there may be some skullduggery's gone on right there and we don't know.
Brad.
Brad? That's more of a recent name, really, isn't it? It's not an old name,
Chief.
that. Chief. I think we're heading out of the city here. I think we need to go back, really.
Right.
Let's just see that bridge. We could do is get into that bridge over there.
So maybe go back up and along.
Yeah.
So some of these go to the back of the colleges and
Yeah, they do.
you struggle to get in.
Well, back in the day, they would have got steps down from the college and got on
That's
these
it.
little boats to go where they were going
That's
to. But there's a lot of skullduggery history attached to these boats and things.
Yeah.
You know, smuggling people out and
Yeah,
smuggling
yeah.
things in and all of that. Particularly the one at the Tower of London, the Traitors Gate Bridge. It's got centuries of history of all kinds of different misdeeds. Things going on. So it's full of bridges and it's the canal right too. But because we've got tourists from all over the world, it's kind of hard to, it's a bit difficult to film up. We've come early to try and avoid people, but it's still picking up a lot of tourists taking photos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this is one of the ponts. I'll film it and show you now. So these are like the gondolas, and this is your way around Cambridge if you're a tourist, guys. You hire that guy in this pont and he rows you up and down the river.
And that's
Probably gives you some history and stuff.
why I said I didn't want to do it myself. Because I'd just end up with that straight along with me.
But just think what fun it would be for YouTube.
Oh, it would, but it'd just
If you were like,
it'd just end up with me dangling from the pole and you just drifting.
see, this is what I'm talking about.
Would they
That would be
come-
awesome.
Would they come and get you?
Well, it depends if you fell in the river
Yeah,
or
but
not, I
I'm not
suppose.
gonna
If
do
you were
that.
flailing
I mean,
about
this
in the
is-
river, then yeah, they would.
Oh, thanks, love. You love that.
You want the Cambridge experience. You need to sail one of them ponts and I'll do the filming.
Remember, I've got the money and the keys.
But I could still do the filming because I've got the camera.
We won't be able to go anywhere.
I could, because I would find a way.
So if you drifted, would you come back for me? Or just leave me?
It all depends what adventures I might find en route.
Knocking on doors.
Knocking on. See, so
Holy.
there's something sinister's gone up this particular alleyway. Because we've had dark energy, sinister, knocking on doors. What else did you get through that was a bit negative?
Oh,
So relaxing that, the ponts. Won't be relaxing if we did it though, it'd be all over the place.
1970s.
So this, it could, well, like I say about ghosts in these
This is a public
places.
road, isn't it?
So that's the main road down there.
Yeah, yeah.
So but I think some of these are a bit private, these on the riverbank areas. So we can't just go walking through people's gardens.
Right.
Let's carry on down to the next bridge, innit? Married. Married. I'm wondering if something's gone on down here, some fight.
1970s, there was, and then there was there was a disagreement over marriage. Maybe it's two students.
Yeah, but when it says 70s, is it the 1570s, the 16, 70s?
1970s.
So it actually has said the 1970s.
Yeah, so you could be two students. He's had a fling with her
Maybe.
and said, "Oh, I will marry her."
Yeah.
And then it's got to the end of like the term or whatever, and she's expecting him to move in together, marry, and he said no.
So they could have chucked
Am I right with that? Bathroom.
the bathroom. Maybe something happened in the
Did you end your
bathroom.
life in the bathroom? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about? Or is something? What does bathroom mean? What do you mean by the bathroom?
What happened in the
What
bathroom?
happened in the bathroom? Can you elaborate a bit more?
It really is Bike City, this, guys.
It's yeah. Can you elaborate a bit more on that?
Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm sure we can get down to the river down that bit there. Just, you know, right, River's Edge, I mean, away from all these people.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to do it when you've got all this noise in the background. I think if you go down, if you just go down there, I'm pretty sure just down here you can get down to the actual river itself, and we can get a bit of privacy down there. Here, yeah, and do the paranormal there. Because this is like really old. Just check this out, guys. So if we go down there, and then perhaps
Yeah.
we'll go down there. We'll get some quiet there. We can carry on doing the paranormal because right now there's a lot of people around. Yeah, just go down there.
under here. Can you...
Just go down to the end. Because if we go down here, we're away from all the people taking photos up there. It's a bit hectic. A bit hectic right now. And the cyclists flying at you like flipping torpedoes. So here, see, we're right by the... this would have been an old bridge and they've put a new thing on it, you know, here.
Yeah.
So it would have been one of the old stone bridges. Like that one over there.
Haunted.
So we're getting a lot of sinister messages. It's full of bridges like that here. And this one would have been like that, but I think they've put a new top on it. Right, so we're getting some pretty sinister messages here right now.
Look below.
I wonder if someone's been shoved in water here.
That's an issue. I might actually see where put that on. Let's have a look. Go in there. Come on to that. Do we get anything?
Are you doing the SLS camera? Alright, so we've got the SLS camera now, and what that does is it picks up if there's any people, any spirit people present, it'll show a stick figure. So there's another punk coming along now, so they seem to be like all through the day, these. It's really relaxing here though. You can imagine them back in the day with the straw bolter hats on and the stripy blazers and all of that. Seriously, I'm not bringing that girl down here in that dress. They're having a laugh. I won't bring her down here in that dress. It's stupid, to be fair. Some people are so numb. I know you want to get you a really nice shot, love, but she's wearing a beautiful dress and you're taking her through the swamp. I'm sorry, but I'd knock you clean out. So Andy's using SLS camera right now, which is, if any spirit people show up on that, they'll get a stick figure showing. You've probably seen it on like other, YouTube channels where they map out if there's a
body.
A body?
Across there.
So something's happened down here, hasn't it?
It's gone.
It's side on though, isn't it?
It was like it was lay.
So what? Yeah, it is. What if someone's buried there?
That's a figure.
That's a figure side on. Just let me zoom in a bit on that, people can see it. So that's mapping out a figure lying down sideways. So I'm thinking somebody's got knocked clean out here. Somebody might have actually been murdered.
It's constant,
That's
and there's
weird.
nothing there,
No, there's nothing there.
as you can see there.
So, we got those messages
that's
up
obviously
there.
them.
We got some really dark messages, didn't we? I'm thinking somebody's been knocked out here. Maybe
It's
even
moving.
murdered.
Moving there.
But it's lying right there, innit, on the edge of that brick. So
It's like there's one
it's lying
person.
down.
It's like there's one person out and there's another person stood.
So you think one person might hit another?
Well, it could have knocked them out, couldn't they?
Yeah, because the messages we were
knocked 'em
getting up
out.
there was like relating to something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, because it's not the bars.
How's the?
It's not showing up the bars because that's there.
I think they're coming down here to do photos.
So
I think we're going to have to move.
it's
I think they want to come down here to do photos.
all right. Yeah, no worries.
So we've got a body lying down there, so that's interesting. So that says that maybe there was a murder or someone was knocked unconscious, like clocked at the back of the head or whatever. That's interesting to know that. Hi, you're right. Hiya. It's a beautiful dress, that, by the way.
Thank
Pretty
you.
beautiful. Yeah, there's a lot of people here for graduation. Do you want to go back over, or do you want to... Let's go further up and find another route down to the other bridges. Jerry. So that was showing a body lying flat, weren't it?
But there was another figure next to it, and if you panned across, it wasn't. That only. Let me tell you, that mapping out on here, it only maps out human figures.
Yeah.
So obviously, people going past,
Yeah.
it will pick up. Obviously, it maps you out. It maps
Yeah.
figures out. But obviously, if there's nothing there, what?
So There's something lying horizontal there, isn't there?
Why would somebody be laid down there?
Or
But
at
also-
least the
also-
spirit of someone lying horizontal is
But
there.
there was one lay flat,
Yeah,
and one stood up.
yeah.
So
Maybe someone's knocked someone else out by the river. Maybe they've thrown them in the river. Maybe we've just witnessed a murder in the paranormal. You know, like it's showing us
Yeah.
on screen. Maybe he's trying to tell us
But-
what happened.
but
Or maybe it's a woman who got
yeah,
murdered.
but it only maps out figures. It will not map out buildings. It will not map out bars. The maps out. It'll map out animals and things like that. But it won't map out doesn't map buildings. It doesn't map anything else.
Yeah.
It maps people out.
Yeah.
So, but
It definitely was a horizontal
it did
figure.
say look below.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? That was one of the
So
messages.
we were on the bridge and was inseminated.
So that sounds like
Now that goes with what we were saying.
yeah,
That goes with what we were saying.
yeah,
We were saying, what did it come up with? Mary,
yeah,
whatever. And we said whether it's two students who met.
yeah,
She's with that one coming up. What with that coming up? Inseminated, pregnant.
yeah,
Two students together. He's got her pregnant. She's told him. He said, "Yeah, I'll marry her." And then when it's come to it,
yeah,
it's not. It's not happened.
yeah.
That would figure.
That would figure.
Jack.
That's a
now we
name
had
now.
Jack and Jerry from down there.
Yeah,
Now, Jack. You don't know, do you?
No.
How many people, women are called Jacqueline. They're called shortened to Jack.
Yeah.
Jerry could be Geraldine.
yeah. So they could be both male or female names.
So it could be both female names. So Jack and Jerry could be male or female. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe somebody's murdered the partner,
Dead animals. Yeah. Well.
and because that was definitely mapped out, a body lying and a body stood
Yeah,
over
that was-
it like
I didn't expect
unusual.
that.
No, I didn't expect that.
I didn't expect that on there.
But it's not just that. The messages you're getting through on the necrophonic
Yeah.
is also adding up to the,
Adding up
what
to
we've
what
got on
it
the
was.
SLS camera.
Yeah.
So are
That
you
was-
thinking that this is a murder from the 1970s between two students who perhaps
Yeah,
they got pregnant,
because-
needed to get married but wanted to finish the studies
Because if you think about
and it
it,
went a bit nasty,
yeah.
perhaps?
If you think about it, now if two students met, they got together, the girl got pregnant and the lad said, "Well, I'm not marrying you."
Yeah,
They'd just carry on, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Because it's not an issue now. But 70s, it would have been like,
yeah, it would have been like you have to have
Woman's
this
got-
child and
you know, I mean, if she was a highly promising student
yeah, I had to give it up.
and has had to give it up to have the child,
Yeah,
then it's ruined her career.
exactly.
Do you know what I
Well, it's a
mean?
lot- Well,
And
law or anything,
a
couldn't
lot
it?
of the
Politics.
a lot of the distress. She's probably thought, well, what do I do?
Yeah.
Do I act pain? Yeah, it will be a lot of pain. So if she's had to give up her studies and everything like that to have the child, she might have thought, well, I could have had this amazing career with all my qualifications and done something with my life. I've got to stay at home with the child now, and I no disrespect to people who have children who do that. It's hard, but if you've come here, obviously, if you come to these colleges, you're really, really clever, and you're going somewhere. A lot of these people come here, get top jobs, not just government, major companies and things like that. Now she's come here, she's been going to get this job, this has happened, she's probably thought, do you know something, I'd rather end it all than, because I'm not going to be able to go back and do it or anything like that, I've ruined everything. So she's probably thought
Perhaps
that,
perhaps it's turned nasty, the argument. A few drinks, a walk down the canal, a talk, and it's turned nasty, and they've had a bit of a fight, and he's accidentally killed her or purposely killed her.
but on the other hand, it could be another story as she may be somebody who might have been a student that he's met, got her pregnant, and he could have been somebody, like we were saying, promised a top job, government, departments, top job in something else, and she said, well, if you don't marry me, I will let this come out and I'll ruin your career. And he's only had one choice, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he's not. I mean, I don't mean that like that. I mean, but he's obviously put two and two together and thought, do you know something? Because of who I am and where I'm going to get away with this.
Can you
So that
imagine
could be
though, if your choice was the career of your dreams or a child, and you couldn't do both? That would be a really hard decision to make, wouldn't it? And if two people were trying to make that same decision, this is where an argument might, evolve out of it.
Yeah, I mean, most people wouldn't.
Should we carry on up now
I
and
mean,
see a little bit more
at the
before
end
we
of the day,
finish the shoot here?
And she could have come from a family that getting rid of the child,
Maybe.
terminating the pregnancy,
Yeah,
probably
maybe.
would have been an even. Some people just can't do that.
No.
And
I think what it is,
I'm a man, I can't comment on that situation because
I think because
that is something.
women carry the child and they're naturally maternal,
Accident.
I think it's harder for them to actually get rid of
It
it.
might have been an accident,
Do you know, it might have been.
No,
Well, it could have been like, a fight that turned a bit
but sour.
nasty.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to finish this shoot right here
Oh,
because we've done the 45
Ideal
minutes. So
place
what we're going to do is
ideal
part
place
two.
at this door.
Yeah, we're going to do part two somewhere else later on. To show you as much as we can of Cambridge. And right now, so we're going to say goodbye right now. So
I'm here.
He's here. He wanders off like I told you before.
That was interesting because I mean just to pick up that on the SLS,
Yeah. So
that just makes it a lot better.
it
Yeah.
does look like some sort of murder or argument that's gone wrong has taken place by the river there, especially the SLS has picked up the body lying sideways and another body like stood over it. So we'll stop the first shoot of Cambridge right here, and we'll see you at some other location later on. And thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you to all the new subscribers, thank you to our American viewers, and anybody and everybody else that we haven't mentioned yet. Thanks to everybody. So if you do like our stuff, like and subscribe so we can continue to make more videos.
Thank you.
And if you do leave your names as subscription, we will do you a shout out.
Yeah.
So take care, and we'll see you guys very soon from Cambridge.